global radio station. Jessica Lynn Speaks Life comes on every first and third Sunday of the month. I today am your guest host, Coach Lindsey Morales, your sister coach friend, and the founder of Medavida Coaching and Consulting. And I am here today with a very special guest, a dear friend of mine. Her name is Chantrice Kelly. Let me tell you a little bit about this gorgeous lady right next to me. She is a woman of boundless passion, unwavering dedication, and exceptional talent. As a wife, she is a pillar of strength, love, and support to her partner. In addition, takes immense pride in being a devoted mother to four incredible children, cherishing each moment of their journey together with an illustrious career spanning 16 years in the dynamic world of graphic design and digital marketing. Chantrice has had the opportunity to work with small businesses to large corporations with her creative career. The owner and creative visionary behind her own agency, Debonair Design Graphics LLC, for the past 12 years. She has honed her expertise in web design, management, marketing, and consulting, and is blazing trails in setting new industry standards along the way. Welcome, welcome.
Well, thank you so much for that warm welcome. That was an awesome intro. Thank you so much. I'm happy to be here today.
So happy to have you here, Chantrice. So I want to, first and foremost, thank Jessica Lynn for giving me this opportunity to guest host her show while she's gone.
Yes, and thank you, Jessica.
Yes, absolutely. Just blessing us with this opportunity to come here. And I'm sure she's enjoying herself and her vacation. So we're just so happy about that.
I'm jealous. Because I need
know. I told her I want to go to Mexico too.
Yeah.
So first, I want to ask you, I know, do you know that you and I have known each other for probably 6 to 7 years now?
I know, it's been a long time.
We
go back.
That. Yes, I was thinking that. And I know that recently we were talking about, because we have two babies who are around 2.
Yes,
right? So
yes.
we had the mommy date.
Yep, we always, the
together.
play dates. I love the play dates.
Yes.
I don't get enough of that. We
Yes.
need to do that more.
Yes, we really do.
Yeah.
And then also, too, we would go to just different networking events together.
That too.
So you were, I like to call, my business bestie.
Yep.
Thank you for that so
No,
much.
thank you for inviting me, because
Absolutely.
it's always good to go somewhere different and meet new people.
Yes, and you have to with business.
Yeah, you definitely do.
Right?
Definitely. Yeah.
So, I'm just wow, I was thinking the other day, we have known each other for some time, and that's good.
That is, yeah,
good
and it's
stuff.
always good to build relationships with people that, we met through our businesses, and we
Yes.
became friends from that, and I treasure that,
Amen.
We have a lot in
Yes.
common.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
We really
and I
do.
think that's what connects us the most.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we're going to get into all of that, too.
Yeah.
But yes, if you guys don't know, too, Chantrice actually designed Medavida's logo. So that beautiful logo with the crown, honey, people really love that logo.
I'm so happy that has been a successful logo for you and your brand.
Yes, absolutely. And
Yeah.
I remember just seeing your work, your graphic design work, and just
Yeah.
saying, this girl doesn't only just have a gift and a talent, but she is anointed for this.
Thank you so much. Well, I try my best with everything that I do. The people that I work with, I love working with women, especially, because there are so many women that have aspirations to be so many things,
Yes.
and I just like to see them accomplish their goals and helping them do that through my designs.
Well,
So-
you're doing a fantastic job.
Well, thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, and so are you.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, we were here with that, right? So I want to ask you, what is your purpose that directly connects to your passion?
Okay, so good question. I think that honestly everyone's purpose is ultimately to serve God. I think that element should connect you to your passion easily. Serving God is important to me because He's given me the gifts that I need, to reach out to my passion and do what I love. You know what I mean? So I think that's the way that it ultimately connects with each other. Graphic design is my passion. And it's my creativity that I use to, do what I need to do. Reach out to, women that are in that space, that need my services and things like that. So that's pretty much it. That's how it connects.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful and so true, right? So true. God has given you this gift, and you're able to use your creativity, and there's a reason for it.
Exactly.
Like even when I had the interview with Jessica, it was July 2nd, if you haven't watched that yet. But we were talking about how God already places those gifts in you, right? In your mother's womb, right?
Exactly.
And so we think sometimes it's our passion and what we want to do when He actually put that in us. And if we just hone that gift, like your biography was saying too, right?
Yes.
It's just honing that gift. You can use it and walk out your purpose.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's definitely how they connect with each other, because it makes me feel good when I'm able to serve and help other women, accomplish those goals, because it's difficult to do when you don't know where to start. Like a lot of things,
Absolutely.
like a lot of times I'll meet people and they'll say, well, how do I start? Like, do I need to get an LLC first? Do I need to start with my logo?
Yes.
Do I, build the website first? Like, what do I do?
Yes.
And I think that's where the consulting comes in. So that's a big part of what I do. And the consulting comes with my services. So that, makes it a double whammy for, people that want to work with me on that.
Yes, that's wonderful. See, while you're saying that, go ahead and let us know your website so people can get a hold of you.
So my website is www.debonairdesigngraphics.com. And I'm all over social media. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on Instagram. It's Debonair Graphics, LLC. And I don't really do Twitter too much, so you won't catch me on there, but you will find me on Facebook and Instagram mostly. I'm also on LinkedIn, so you can find me on Debonair Design Graphics, LLC on LinkedIn as well.
Awesome. So we did kind of touch on having, being a mother as well as the role of being a businesswoman and a wife. You're a wife too.
Yes.
So that's
kind of a newly wife in a way.
Yes. So that's exciting. So tell me, I want to know, how do you balance love, creativity, and entrepreneurship?
That's a good question. What is balance? It's like, how do you do that? I don't know. It's really like no balance, really. I kind of just give everybody all I have to give.
That's good.
Of course, God is first, and then kids come second, because they're my babies and they are very needy.
Yes, when they're really little, absolutely.
Yes. When they're little, they're very needy, and that can be kind of a rough thing, because they need you more than anybody.
Yes.
So it's like I dedicate a lot of my time to my babies.
Yes.
And then although I have a 2-year-old and a 12-year-old, the 12-year-old is just as needy as the 2-year-old sometimes or more.
Motherhood.
Yes.
Right? It's a calling.
Well, yes, exactly. And then she's a preteen. So being a preteen, things are changing. So
that's its own.
It does. It sets the tone.
Its own story.
It does. And we're getting better with that. Everything's getting better with that. But she's going in to become a beautiful young lady.
That's okay. I believe that
She
totally
is.
because of who her
is.
mommy is.
Yes, and she's wanting to start her own little lipstick line.
Oh, I love it. I love when the kids get into entrepreneurship.
Yes, so she's seen me do this since
she
was a baby, pretty much. I mean, since I started 2012.
I'm telling you, I already have plans for my Anna and
I know you do.
go in business. I'm telling you.
I know you do, because it's like once they see you and you are an inspiration and you're a model, a mentor, they know, okay, this is something that I definitely want to do. This is something I definitely want to do. So I'm happy to see her starting her YouTube channel, getting all her little products together.
And she has brand expert as a mom, so that helps.
Exactly. And she knows it, and she's utilizing me. She's like, Mom, I need you to
it.
do my logo. I need you to do this. I need to do that.
Yes, because you're the best.
Okay.
She's got the best at home.
Yes. So I'm proud. I'm super proud.
Oh, that's so
but
good.
but balancing everything, it's a challenge, but I take the challenge any day. Hubby, he's very supportive with
That's so
everything that
good.
I do.
It's so
Right
important.
now, he's at home with the girls, so I'm grateful towards
Yes.
him with
Woohoo,
everything.
hubby. That's right.
Yes. Shout out to him.
My hubby's here too,
Yeah.
supporting. You know, we got to have those good men supporting
That's
us.
right.
Yes.
That's right. And that means a lot. It really means a lot when you have backup, and they
Absolutely.
can support you where you need to be supported.
Absolutely. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it so much.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes. So she gets that in-home mentor. I love it. But
Yeah.
you know what you were saying reminds me too of what we were talking about in the last interview is just having the capacity. And so that's what I'm hearing from you is what I have the capacity to do when I have the capacity to do it
yeah.
is my balance.
Exactly.
Is how I
yes.
find the balance in what I'm
Yes.
doing.
Priority almost.
That's what it is.
It's really
That
just,
is what balance is.
it's priority. I mean,
Anytime anybody asks me, I'm like, well, it has everything to do with your priorities.
Exactly. Yes.
Right?
And
your
know,
morals, your values.
Yep. And you know what comes first.
Absolutely.
You
and
know.
you stand on it.
That's right. And that's what makes it, very important for us. My priority, of course, like I said, is family, and then business, and everything else comes after that,
Absolutely.
So.
Absolutely. God, family, and business.
God, family, and
Can
business.
I get an amen? Yes. Absolutely. I love it.
Exactly.
So I want to ask you, how has being a wife and mother enriched your life or has inspired you creatively?
That's a good question. So I'm going to start with my oldest. When I started my business back in 2012, she was maybe a year and a half years old. And it was a really rough time because it was during a recession. So I was trying to figure out, okay, do I want to get another job? Or do I want to start a business? It was kind of like I was on unemployment. It was rough. Single mom. By myself, raising my daughter. So I had to figure out, what I really wanted to do. And I decided that I wanted to just give it my all and start a business, And that was a rough decision because I'm like, I got to pay bills. I got to make sure I'm taking care of this baby.
Yes.
Best decision of my life.
Oh, I'm glad that leap of faith worked for you.
That leap of faith definitely worked. I mean, it's almost like when you're backed in a corner, you have to fight your way out.
You got to make it work.
You have to.
I love that we're talking about this because a lot of entrepreneurs experience this.
Yes.
Where, and I mean, even I have been in a place where it's like, do I get a job or do I continue to go and be and do this thing that I know is a calling?
Yeah.
Right? Like I know that I'm supposed to do Medivida coaching, right?
Yeah.
Full time. And of course for you is your business, doing it full time. But how do I do it?
Yeah. You
know?
do it.
And it's scary.
Yeah.
But
and
you made it happen.
You question it and people
That's
say,
awesome.
well, how did you do that? And it's like, God, and then
Absolutely.
Belief. I believed in myself.
Yes.
That's
you gotta
really where it
believe in
comes.
yourself.
It doesn't matter what other people say.
Absolutely.
What matters is what you say about yourself, what you think about yourself, because that is going to reflect out to the world. Because people can see it on you. You know what I mean? They can see if you are confident or if you're not confident.
Yes.
And you have to be confident. You have
and
to
when you
believe.
first start, right, you gotta be confident like you've been doing it for years.
You gotta fake it till you make it.
Yes, yes, seriously.
I'm
Faith
laughing.
it, but it's real, especially with consulting and coaching.
Yeah, you do. I mean, it's true. Like the saying is true.
Because you're selling your expertise.
Yeah.
So people want to hire an expert.
Exactly.
So you don't let them
you
know.
have to
okay,
know what
it's
you're
new,
doing.
but you
And
work it out.
sometimes I didn't know what I was doing. I'm not gonna lie.
You have to
I
learn.
mean,
That's
I didn't
good.
know what I was doing, but
That's
you know
so
what?
Good.
It pushed me to figure it out.
Yes, absolutely. To find the answers.
To figure it out because it's out there.
Yes.
You
That's
just have
so
to
good.
want to know how to do it.
That's so
Yeah,
good. I
for sure.
love that. I love that so much. So tell me what helped you to maintain at that time, because we're talking about You have a wealth of knowledge. You've been doing this for 16 years. That is a blessing.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
thank you.
Sustaining a business, honey.
That's a long,
People
yeah, that's
start
a long
businesses
time.
every day, every minute.
Yeah.
Okay? But and hobbies. Really, they start hobbies a lot. But
Yeah.
my husband laughed, so I did good. I did good on this show today.
Right. You are.
but people, they start, but sustaining a business, and it has to be on a foundation. But tell me what has really helped you to sustain this career.
Man, support from my family and God. I mean, really, God. I had to pray a lot, girl. Like, no, seriously, like
Yes.
to myself, I would just be praying about just the next day or the next month, and just about everything. Really, I mean, my faith was really big. You know,
So good.
and at that time, it was like, oh my gosh, it was like that's all I had, and that's all you have. That you're gonna he will help you figure it out. You know, so and then my parents were just amazing. You know, I have
Testify to that, though.
yes.
Testify to what happened in your business that you had to push through and be faithful in.
The first year, I would have to say, was the roughest year for me. Just walking on faith is difficult. Like it's
Not easy.
like your
at
eye,
all.
like you're blindfolded and you're walking and you don't know where you're going, but you're trusting God to lead the way. That's kind of like basically the description of walking on faith.
Yes.
And then after so long, I got used to it. It's like I was doing it and I'm like, oh, I like this. Like I actually enjoyed it. It was kind of like, okay, I look forward to this every day. I think it was just knowing that it was going to be a different day. Something different was going to happen every day. And I didn't know what it was. And it was exciting. It's just exciting.
It's an adventure
It's
with
an
God,
adventure.
right?
Yeah, it's an
I
adventure.
love that. What you're saying is you are running a spirit-led business. And I teach and train on how to run a spirit-led business. And it does become fun,
Yeah,
right?
it does. It does. Once you get used to that, not knowing and just
You
getting
let it
over
go.
it, you have to get over that because you don't know if, you have a job. You don't know if you're going to keep your job. You think that you have security, but you really don't know.
Come
because
on now.
anything can happen
Come on now.
every day.
But what can you
And
really trust in at the
nothing.
end of the day?
Nothing. I mean,
God.
that's all God. I'm saying besides him,
Yes.
nothing. So it's
Yes.
like as long as you have him, that's really that's all that matters.
What you need.
You'll figure it out, and he'll be right there with you.
You better preach over
I'm
here.
trying to. I mean, I'm just saying.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good. I love it. I love it so much. It's so good.
Yeah.
So good, Chantrice. Okay. So it was your faith and your family.
Faith and family. Family was a big piece, because my dad was an entrepreneur too.
Okay.
So a lot of people don't know that about him. He was my mentor.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, so he taught me a lot about what I needed to do to make this work, how I needed to do it, just tips and things that he did when he was doing his business. He was a locksmith for like 30 years. So he was a bonded, licensed locksmith, and he had his business. And I remember being a kid just watching him go do, his thing. And it was intriguing just to be there, just to experience it. It was exciting for me. So I just remember those days, and that
That is
inspired me,
awesome.
and just like my daughter's being inspired. So
That's a legacy
it
in
is
your family.
definitely, yeah,
Wonderful.
entrepreneurship,
Yes.
and his dad was too. So it's kind of a thing that is passed down generation to generation, and I'm really
Yes.
grateful for that. I'm grateful for that. So I knew, I'm like, I got it in me. I can do this.
Yes, because you saw him do
Yeah,
it. You
I
saw
seen
him modeling
Yeah, I
it.
seen him do it.
Yes, a different way of life, a different way of living, right? Different than the 9 to 5, but sometimes you do go to work 9
Yeah,
to 5
yeah.
and then to 9
Right.
at night,
Sometimes
or
it's
later.
It's all 24/7.
Right, 24/7,
Yeah, it's
24
all day.
hours.
It's all day.
Yes. That is so awesome. I love it. Okay, so I'm telling you, this is so good. I just
Yeah.
love. Tell me though, too, who outside of your family really has supported you too? Because I know you said your father was a mentor. That's wonderful. And I know that you're really inspired to work with women. So were there any women that were mentored you or that have played a role, even if you don't know them? Sometimes sometimes you have to have a mentor in your head, right? Like, you don't really know this person. You just look to them like, okay, I want to be like that, right?
Yeah, no, I
Who
totally
has that
get
been
it.
for you?
Well, okay, so 16 years, there's been a lot of different people come and go.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So, there's been a lot of great influences in my life and in my business. I would have to say, LaShawn Walker has been one of them. She is the CEO of Suburban Balance. She's always like been very, very supportive of my business. She's always pushed me, like when I decided to do something outside of my business, but still in entrepreneurial. She's always been supportive of it, and I appreciate that. And I love what she's doing with her business. I mean, her not-for-profit, I should say. She does this Lift Her Up event every year, and I think she's gotten up to like maybe 800, 700 attendees.
Wow.
So that's a big deal. She's
Yes.
one person that I really admire and look up to. She's been a good mentor.
That's beautiful.
And just really all my clients. I mean, not all of them, but a lot of them have been influential to me, you know. And I didn't
Yes.
think I would ever get the opportunity to work with them, and I have, and that has been pretty amazing to me.
Yeah, I can
So.
totally understand that. Some people that I've mentored and coached are like the most incredible people that I've met.
And it's like, okay, like this is pretty cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's an abundant God we serve.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah.
Right? Like, so you get this client and it's just as much of a pleasure to work with them as it is for them to get what you need, your gifts, and you get to use your gifts.
Exactly. Yeah.
too.
So it's a give and take, and it's more like an exchange, I would say.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah. So
An even exchange,
an
a
even
good
exchange, exactly.
one, right?
Yes,
A
it's-
win-win.
Yes, exactly. I always learn something new with everyone that I come into contact with. So that's always a pleasure.
That's so good.
Yeah.
That's so good.
Yes.
Okay. So one question I wanted to ask you, since we're talking about this, your whole career, and it's been, you've been able to sustain your position, right? I want to know, what would you tell yourself with your mind now, what you know now? What would you tell yourself when you first started?
That's
Maybe
a good
that
question.
first hard year.
I would tell myself, breathe. It's going to be okay. Don't cry.
I cry. Why can't you cry? Sometimes it's good to cry.
Well, you're right.
You were
right.
like, I cried a
You're
lot
right.
that year.
I did. I mean, it was scary. Like,
Yes.
you know,
It is scary
it
to
was
trust
scary.
to trust
'Cause
anybody.
I've never done that before. Like that, I've always had a job. Before that, I was like, I always had a job. So I didn't know what it was like to like get people to pay me for a service. Like, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like the first time it happened, I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yes.
happened.
They want me. They want my services.
Right. So I think I would just tell myself to, you know, don't give up, which I didn't. You know, keep going. It's going to get a lot easier. And one day, you know, people are going to be begging for you to work with them. You know.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. I think that's what I would tell myself. 16, 12 years, 13 years ago.
Just keep going.
Keep going. Yeah. I mean, really, that's with anything. Consistency is what gets you where you need to go with anything.
Absolutely.
When you stop, you're pulling yourself back.
Say that.
You know what I mean? Like with anything. I mean, not
Absolutely.
with business, anything. You want to lose
Working
weight
out.
if you want to, right? When you stop, it's
I'm
like
reminding
you have to-
myself.
Yes, yeah, me too. You got to start
Get
over.
back to it.
You got to start over.
Yes.
So, you know, start over as many times as you need to start over.
Yes, absolutely. I absolutely agree with that.
And sometimes you can start over, but do something different.
Yes.
Sometimes it's good to start over in a different way.
Absolutely. Sometimes it's like people are doing what doesn't fit them.
Exactly.
They're
Yep.
doing what
Or they
somebody
have-
else told them to do.
There you go.
Instead of what fits them and their personality.
Exactly.
And their goals and what motivates them.
Yeah, I agree. And I feel like you should just, do what you feel is best for you. And if you have to start over, so be it. And don't care what other people think. That's another thing.
That's
because I
good.
think we look at other people so much and we're like, what are they going to think if I do this? If I go outside of my lane, or if I do something totally different, will they respect me? Will they see me the same way? Who cares?
Exactly.
Do you care?
Exactly.
Like, it's about what you want to do.
And I think that really goes into faith too.
Yeah.
Right? When you have faith in what God told you, right? And what you know are your gifts, what you know He said is for you, and believing that, even when it looks completely opposite.
Exactly. We have many gifts. I mean,
Absolutely.
given just people think, oh, I know how to do this really well. That's it. No.
Yes.
You haven't even tapped into everything.
Absolutely.
I haven't. I do a lot of stuff.
I'm telling you. I'm like, I can't wait till our next collaboration. Who knows? Seriously.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's something that, you just have to just keep going and believing and don't mind change. Change is big.
This is so good. It's reminding me too, like, so in graduate school, so I studied to be a consultant, right? And in graduate school, even my professor, who I admire, adore, I love her so much, but when I had because I had to do a practicum for a nonprofit organization.
Okay.
I did for Catholic Charities, Kansas City and St. Joe. And so I was there consulting for OD, organizational development. That's what I had my master's in. And she thought that I wouldn't be able to spend as much time there as I was actually able to, right? She's like, you're dedicating too much, to this, or just, she didn't think that I could do that. And what it taught me was that even people that you look up to or respect don't know your capacity.
That's true.
Okay.
They underestimate you.
Yes, but even if they may underestimate you, or it may just be this is how it's been done the whole time, right? And so it's not even a personal thing. It's just this is how it's been done. But even a person that you respect and look up to doesn't know your capacity, because even you don't, right? But God does.
Yeah,
God knows what's in you.
And you got to know what's in you, too.
And sometimes you got to get off the boat. You got to come out of your comfort zone.
Yep.
Right?
Nothing grows there.
Because you will never know.
Yeah,
you will
nothing
never
grows
know
there.
how good you are at something.
No.
Right?
Yeah.
How much of an interest you have in something if you never go outside of your comfort zone.
Yeah, exactly. You are totally right about that. Totally right.
You know what I mean? And so you won't know your capacity if you don't get into fashion, if you don't get into art, if you don't, you know what I mean? Whatever it is.
Different things.
And you're so right. We all have multifaceted
Oh my gosh,
gifts.
the gifts that God gives us is like crazy. Like
really?
We don't even know. Like, you know what I mean? We don't even know all of the things because have you tried everything?
Exactly.
So how would you know?
But if you allow fear to
rule that's true.
over you and over what you will be willing to try. Just like this, me being here, this is actually a dream of mine, to host a radio show.
I read that.
And Jessica did not know that, right?
Really?
So on July 2nd, when
crazy.
I'm being interviewed, right? She's like, "Oh, well, I'm going to go out of town, on the 16th. Would you come, would you like to host the show, like, if you're free?" I said, absolutely.
I know.
And
right?
that's
the perfect opportunity.
She's such a blessing, though, because what she told me, how her response was, "Thanks for your yes."
Oh, wow.
And
she's
I think
so sweet.
She is. She's a sweetie.
I met her at an event,
sweet.
and she sat right next to me, and we kind of chatted amongst each other, and it was good.
You're so sweet, too, so I'm sure you guys got along.
Thank you. Yeah, we did.
Yes.
I was like, she is so good. I like her.
Yes.
Yeah.
But how powerful is that, though, right? Like, if we just say yes. And this is coming outside my comfort zone, but I'm liking it.
Yeah, and we were nervous, believe
right.
it or not, before this started. You would never know.
Yes. And we're just flowing, right?
Yeah.
And so I think that for those who are watching this, just say yes.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Just do it and don't worry about the outcome.
Exactly. And don't worry about what other people think.
Right. That's it.
Believe God, trust God.
That's the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing. Yeah.
Because you never know.
Never know who's listening,
Absolutely.
watching,
Absolutely.
learning.
Now I can put on my resume. We'll see how,
There you go.
Hello, personality, honey.
There you go. Seriously.
Yes.
No, I mean,
Absolutely.
this is your first time, but you'll get better and better every time you do it.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. Okay. So I want to ask you, because you are a creative entrepreneur, and that's a specific, beautiful space. I love
Thank
working with
you.
creatives,
I know,
artists,
right?
graphic
They're just
designers.
so whimsical, kind of like, it's like, you know what I mean? Like they have a different
love
way
it.
of seeing. We have a different way of seeing things.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think by heart, I'm very creative.
You are.
See, but I went to school to be more businessy. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so people don't necessarily know that about me, but that's why I get the
You're
creative
comfortable
mind.
in that space.
Yes, yes. So, as a creative, though, give advice to whomever is listening. What kind of advice would you give a creative who's pursuing entrepreneurship, right? To create something and actually make a business out of it without obviously losing the art, right? The authenticity, right, of being a creative.
Yeah, that's a good question. Well, I would tell them to do their research, depending on what type of creative they are. Look and see whatever industry they're in that space. Look and see what other people are doing, just to get ideas, and then kind of build from there. Because when I first started, that's what I did. Like, because I knew I was creative, but I didn't know exactly what I wanted to, like, what my niche was going to be yet. It took me a while to get to branding.
For those who don't know what a niche is, just so and I say niche, she said niche, but it's the same thing.
It's the same thing.
What does that mean?
It's kind of like what you specialize in, what you're really, really good at, and what people look for you to do. So my niche is like logo, branding, and websites. It kind of built upon each other. So it started off with logo development, and then it kind of like moved on to branding, and then it moved on into web design, and hopefully it'll move on to something else, even bigger. I'm looking at possibly doing UI UX soon. So that's user, the user design. So I'm hoping that that's something that I would like to get into next. But I think that...
Yeah, I have no idea what that is. What is that?
It's basically like, okay, so when you're on Facebook or you're on a website, it's how the user experience is. It's the user experience. So it's how you design to make the user experience better.
Yes, love it.
That's what it is.
Like user friendly.
More user friendly.
Yes, I love it.
Navigational. It's more navigational, but
okay, that's good.
Yeah. So I think that just researching your industry and finding out what is the best route to take and what you want to do. Do you want to go to school for this? Are you naturally talented with this? Is this something that just comes to you? Are you a natural born artist, or do you need to take classes? What type of creative are you? Because you have artists that do not need school. They are just ready. You know what I mean? Like they can draw anything at a drop of a hat. They do not need guidance. Tell them what you want and you got it. Me, myself, I was self-taught. So I think it's great. I know a lot of graphic designers that some of the best ones are self-taught, honestly. And then some of them are formally trained in college. So it just depends on what route you want to go. I chose to go that route, and it worked out for me. You know what I mean? So it all depends on what you want to do as a person and the journey you want to take.
That's great advice.
Yeah.
That is great advice. I love it. Okay, so tell me, and because I work with a lot of creatives, and they are usually, I help them get their creative process and routine together, right? Meeting those goals or whatever. So what would you say is your creative process?
Okay, so my creative process is pretty simple.
Simple is best.
Simple is always better.
Simple is duplicatable too.
That's true.
That's how you make more money. That's called scaling.
Scaling. Yep. There we go. We know about that.
You see me and her like.
Yep. Yeah, so mine is simple. Mine is basically I ask a lot of questions with my clients. I find out if they know, because sometimes when I'm talking to a client, they have no clue what they want.
Yes.
And sometimes that's the easiest client, not knowing what they want.
Because you could be more creative.
Because I can be more creative. I
More
have
freedom.
more freedom. I can do and create what I want. So that makes it a little bit easier. But the first thing I do is ask a lot of questions, find out where they are in the process of being ready to move forward with the design process. And then when I find out about that, I have forms that they fill out, logo questionnaires, flyer questionnaires, website questionnaires. I mean, I want to know everything that there is to know about your business. And if you don't know, I will help you figure it out. So that's the beginning of my design process. And then once that's done, we actually go into the meat and potatoes of designing. And a lot of people think that I have this process that I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's totally random. Like, I have no idea what I'm going to do when I do it. I just meditate on it and come up with an idea, and I just get to work.
You just
That's
flow.
it. And I just flow. And if it's not, I change stuff a lot. So if it's not what I like, I change it, go back, look at it again, give myself a couple hours, change it again. You know, it's people think that it's a to Z process, and it's not. It's kind of like, do I like that? Do I not like that? Maybe. Let me think on it for a minute. Because I'm a perfectionist. So I have a problem.
You're working on it.
Yeah, I'm probably never gonna get past it. But I like
At
things
least you're
to
honest.
I like things to be pretty perfected. So as long as I'm happy, if I'm happy with it, usually my clients love it. Usually they do.
I do believe that.
It's rare that they don't. Yeah.
Are we going to take a break? Okay, guys, we're going to actually take a break right now, but thank you for tuning in. Definitely leave some comments below. Share. This is really good stuff. Okay, see you guys soon.
Bye.
All right, you're listening to KUAW Radio, Kansas City's global community radio station, and this is the Jessica Lynn Show. You can always listen to this show on Facebook and YouTube. You can pick us up on LinkedIn. You can also go to our online sites, which is Get Me Radio, the TuneIn Radio app. You can pick us up on Roku. So just search KUAW Radio and you can pick this show up. We'll be right back with Linda Morales and her guest, Chantrice. In just a minute. Sorry about that. And now we're going back to the Jessica Lynn Speaks Live show.
Hello, everyone, and we are back. We're here with Chantrice Kelly, the phenomenal brand consultant and specialist strategist.
Oh, you're so sweet. Love you. Thank you.
Yes, you have been giving some great nuggets
Thank
and
you.
gems, and I knew you would.
Thank you.
I'm just, I'm just so grateful for that.
Oh yeah, I'm grateful to be here.
Yes, absolutely. So I want to ask you, because I do know with branding comes the social media marketing. Do you have any advice or any maybe tips for small businesses or solopreneurs who can't afford to work with marketing agencies
Yeah,
or
that's-
anything like that?
That can be kind of
How should they
complicated.
best with social media market themselves?
Okay, so don't sleep on Canva. I don't use Canva professionally. I use it for clients that need to use Canva, that don't know how
I
to
love
use
Canva.
Yeah, that don't know how to use like the professional, like Adobe Creative Suite. Don't sleep on it because it has a lot of, they're adding so many features to Canva. It will post for you, like, to all your social media. People don't know this. I think some people do. Lindsey's shaking her head. She knows.
Yeah.
Um, but it'll post,
And people love my posts
yeah,
too.
yeah, it'll post for you. So you can schedule those posts out to whatever day that and time that you want it to post, and it will do that for you. And also, I don't know if you know this, Lindsey, they have AI features, beta features. Do you know about that?
You can go into it. You're the
Yeah.
specialist. I know a little bit.
Yeah, they have AI features. I'm getting into AI now. Like, I want to add that to my services.
Okay.
AI is scary, but it can be very helpful too, to our businesses. So say if you're in Canva, right, and you want to create an image that has you holding, I don't know, just say a phone or something, right? Well, guess what? Maybe if you don't have an image like that, you holding a phone, you can go in there in the beta feature. It's an AI feature on Canva, and you can replace your hand. You could be holding an apple, and it can replace that apple with a phone or whatever you want that to be. Like, it's the most amazing feature I've ever seen. You type that in, and then it pops up, and that's what you have. And it looks like it has the back shadows, foreshadows, and everything. It looks like you're holding the actual phone. So that can help with like stock photo images. Like when you can't find the picture that you want for a flyer or your website or something, you can create it now. So that's a good feature to have.
You know what? I seen that on Facebook where with AI you could take a selfie and make it into a business like
they're
headshot.
doing that now. Yeah, they're doing it. They're doing all of that. I mean, it's crazy.
I don't like that though.
No, I don't. I like real headshots.
I'm
I don't
gonna
want,
tell you why.
Yeah.
Because I love photographers, and
Me
I
too.
have
Me
really
too.
close friends who are photographers.
Yeah, I don't like
and
it.
I don't appreciate you.
No, I don't like that part. I know.
You know, like I'm gonna hire a photographer.
No, me too.
Because this is an art. These are
And
people.
it doesn't look real.
It doesn't.
If you
You
look
can
at it,
tell.
it looks like it's been paintbrushed or something.
But if you don't have the option, right, to work with a
if
photographer,
you don't have
it's
the
a
money,
good
but
option.
starting out, if they
Yeah.
don't have the money, it might be a good option for them. You know what I
Yes.
mean? It's something that you can do if you don't really have the cash or the income, the capital. So
Yes, yes. I love that.
yeah. But Canva's great. I love it. I mean,
What would you say is like a simple way that people could elevate their brands without having to spend a lot of money, but just maybe even the look or just, well, you know, what is something that's like a common pattern and it's so simple that if people just got that one thing, they could elevate their brand?
a logo.
Yes.
I would say that's one thing that people, for some reason, they don't want to invest a lot of money into that. And I think that that's the biggest piece of your brand.
It is, because then it outstretches to everything else, right?
It's
The
like
website,
it goes on literally everything, and they don't want to spend any money on it. Like a lot of people, like, it's weird. Like, I'm like, do you realize how big of a piece this is? You know?
Yes.
And so when I educate people on how important it is to have a good brand, then they understand, okay, well, let me invest. It's an investment.
Absolutely.
It's not something that you're just getting that you're never going to use again. It's
You're
an
gonna use it all the
investment.
time.
And we were just talking about our pictures, our
Yes, headshots.
headshots.
Absolutely.
When I did this show, I had a headshot ready to go. You know, I sent her, and she was like, "Oh yeah, I use mine so much. I mean, it's like a headshot. You're gonna
Yes.
use it in business. You're gonna use it all the time. You have to have one, and you want a
Absolutely.
professional one. You want one that's not been done. I'm not talking about Canva right now, but you want it done professionally that is vectorized, a vectorized logo, so that it's scalable. And a lot of people don't know what that means. That means that it's not pixelated when you blow it up on the side of a wall or if you put it on a banner. It's nice and crisp. You have crisp edges, smooth lines. That's what you want. You want a vectorized logo.
I absolutely love it. And
Very
I've been
important.
using the logo that you designed for me for 7
Thank you.
years, honey. So what she's saying is the truth.
Yes, and your logo's amazing. I love it.
Yes,
It looks good on all your stuff all the time.
Thank you. I love it. Thank
Yeah,
you.
and so I think that's one piece, and then a headshot also.
That's
that will
powerful.
take you to LinkedIn. If you're on LinkedIn without a headshot, a professional one, you're gonna get passed right up. You know, that's a
Speak
fact.
on it. Speak
Seriously.
on it. And this has everything to do with brand and then your reputation, right?
Absolutely.
Brand reputation.
Mhm. And also your investment in yourself.
Yes.
Because you have
Do
to
you
invest-
believe in your business?
Right. Do you believe in it enough to
You
invest
have to
in it?
invest time,
Yeah.
effort, and money.
Exactly.
Dinero.
It takes money to make money, like they say.
Absolutely.
It really does.
Absolutely.
A fact.
You want to look like money. You want to attract money. Look like money.
Yeah, that's right. You gotta look it to be it. Shoot.
That's why I try to look like money. I want to look like money because I want money to come my way.
That's right. Yes. No, that
It's-
is a fact.
It
so
is.
important.
It's true.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
That's so funny. Okay, so tell me, definitely, I want you to share with everybody again your website,
Okay.
how they can get a hold of you,
Okay.
and also to anything that you're working on that you would like us to know.
Okay, so my website is once again debonairDesignGraphics.com. The Instagram for that would be Debonair Graphics LLC, and then Facebook would be DDG LLC, and that's going to be Facebook and Instagram. Those are the two things that I mostly like to be on for social media, and also LinkedIn would be Debonair Design Graphics LLC, and so that's how you can reach me and everything.
Awesome, awesome. You guys, she's the best.
Thank you.
Okay.
I
At what she does.
I do my best. I try to help everybody.
You do your
if
best,
I can.
and you are the best.
Oh, thank you. She's so sweet. And I try to help everybody that I come across if I can, and I will work with you. So anybody that's needing me, I'm here to help.
I absolutely love it. And so we are coming to a close, but I want to share with you guys the scripture that when I was praying came, okay? And so this is for me and you.
Okay.
Okay, so it's Isaiah 40, 30, and 31. Even youths shall faint and be weary, and young men shall fall exhausted. But they who wait for the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. And I thought it was so important to keep 30 in because you and I started when we were in our 20s, right? I'm not going to tell your age, but it's been some years, right? And so
Yes.
I'm middle age right now.
Yep.
And sometimes we stop dreaming
Yeah.
because we think, am I too old now? I got the
Never
kiddos.
stop.
You know what I mean?
Never.
And the closer I get to God, the more he tells me, you keep dreaming.
Yeah.
You know what I
That's
mean?
so true. And
And
you're
so-
never too old to accomplish a dream.
It's time to
Never.
mount up with wings as eagles
Absolutely.
and keep soaring.
Agreed. I love that. I love that. That's a beautiful message. I love it.
Okay. You have now tuned in to Jessica Lynn Speaks Life on KUAW Global Radio. Jessica Lynn Speaks Life comes on every first and third of the Sunday of the month. Again, this is Coach Lindsey. Be blessed.